this is the new Switzerland, this is the new Marbella, you call it New York, whatever you want. This is where it's at. Twitter is such a cesspit. He goes, sometimes I just want to get off it, but you need it for business. He goes, it's the worst. You can have trillions, you can have oil, gas, whatever, but you can't have that vision of Sheikh Mohammed and his family had. You can't teach that. We are nothing. There's God and the rest of us are the slaves. So there's money and success for everyone to make. And I'm telling you firsthand, I never spoke about this on podcast, ever.
The worst place I've ever lived is probably the UK, but obviously it's my home, isn't it?
If you do it for the wrong reason, like money or clout, it's not going to work. Passion shines through, because in life, if you don't take a risk, you're not going to achieve nothing. But I've been offered good amounts for the gym. It's not about the money. Study what is our purpose. When you do that, automatically you'll come to Islam. It's impossible to doubt it when you see the evidence for it.
There has to be a point in your life where you roll the dice and you don't know where the dice is going to land.
If you chase the dollar or the dirham or the pound, you're lost.
Quick one before we jump into this podcast. Do me a solid favor, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment below this video. If you're looking to remove images, videos, search results, or fake accounts online, go to contentremoval.com. But don't take my word for it. Here's Hormozy.
Frank, you're a legend. I just saw this. Layla also thinks you're a legend, which in my mind means you're which means you're a double legend in my mind. If you get my wife to think you're a legend, then you're extra cool in my mind. Dude, thank you so much, genuinely. That was such a pain.
And we are back in Dubai with a man, the other bald action hero. It's like we're stepbrothers. The man Tam Khan is back in his own studio, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Always a pleasure, Frankie. And do you know what? I think we remind each other of. Remember the movie Twins?
Yeah, 100%.
Armani.
Mate, come on, man.
Not a joke,
Don't shoot me like that. Don't shoot me.
You look better than me. I look like Shrek. He looks like Wish.com, Jason Statham. But we'll make a video.
Mate, there's been a lot going on since we last spoke. I think, obviously, we've had your best friend Tate getting arrested, put in house arrest. We've had all that going on. Your business has blown up. Meister's Club's gone to the moon. You've got every single UFC fighter in the world wanting to come training now full time and moving here with golden visas. So there's so much to talk about today. I think the best place for us to start is what's been going on with you in business and kind of what's been blowing up for you lately. Because I see so much going on, especially with social knockout stuff and everything else you got going on.
You know what it was when we did that pod? I was just coming off a closure, and remember I told you I was reassessing things with the landlord and just rebranding my business, taking it to the next level. That was like, I think I needed that break just to reinvent myself. I think I got to a point where I got comfortable and also lazy. Wouldn't even say lazy. I took my foot off the pedal a little bit and neglecting business, thinking it could be an easy system. It's an easy way, but then it nips you in the bud. And you need that sometimes. It's like a good fighter who gets beaten or drops. You can either retire or fight bums the rest of your life or go for easy ways, or you go, you know what, going back to the drawing board, going to reassess. The same in business, the same in anything, you know. And I've got my passion back. I love coming to the gym. I love seeing people. And I've got a hunger for everything, you know. Also, a lot of credit when I was around Andrew a lot, he's the same. He's got this mentality. Whatever anyone says, he's so like possessed and he believes he can be the richest man on earth. And even whether it probably won't happen or whether it does, you believe the way he's like, look, this. Every time you're with him, laptop, phone, he's like that. He's just working. And I was like, you know what, it's not about money for me. It's just that, why can't I achieve these passions and goals I've always had? I had one like, for example, Meister's Club. It's a VIP networking club, and it's just, every time we think we're hitting a hurdle, we think, you know what, let's just do it. Let's do this event, let's do that, let's bring this. And the last one was a crazy success, where we broke a record, 50 Lamborghinis bull run. So even Lamborghini Middle East haven't pulled that off. We're not a car business, but we put 50 Lamborghinis all in lines, in formation, from Dubai to Ras Al Khaimah, which is like London to, say, Birmingham.
Yeah.
All in formation, police escorts, great weekend in Ras Al Khaimah, thanks to Ras Al Khaimah Tourism. Then we drove up the Jebel Jais mountains and back. And honestly, it wasn't about money or anything. It's just a feeling, the camaraderie with other people, networking. It was just the craziest vibe. And the feedback after that made you think, that's what it's worth. That's why I do it, you know? The positivity, everyone's like, when's your next event, this and that. And I spoke to my partner, Riz, who founded the actual Meisters. I came in it later. And I was just like, you know, that's the reason why we've got to do it again. And literally, we said we need a break after that before it happened. Days later, we're like, let's go to the next one. Let's start planning. With a gym, extended it, making a grooming salon, which is under construction. You've seen it'll be ready June 1st. State of the art. I partnered up with one of the biggest salons here called Live 27. Male grooming to manicure, pedicures to massage to hammam to IVs to all kinds of treatment, like male grooming to the different level, like not just shaves, IVs, massages, physio, going to bring ice baths, maybe sunlight, whatever people want, we're going to try and cater for. So that's one thing. I want everyone to come to this gym, think you can work out, have a healthy meal, have your shower, get a trim, do whatever before you go out or go home. So I want everything in one centre. On top of that, I've also, by the time this is out, acquired my dream always, and people laugh, it's not to drive Bugattis, it's not to go home, it's to own my own like restaurant, a shisha lounge. But why?
I've known this for quite a while, yeah.
I'm always out eating. I'm always out. It's not because my wife doesn't cook or I should be home. Just always busy networking. That's me. I'm always out meeting someone. What you doing, trying to brainstorm, learning about whether it's trading, learning about that. But I noticed one thing. I'm always in these shisha restaurants, right? And I'm always spending a lot and I'm enjoying food. And there's always one particular I was always in. And I always for years was looking at it thinking, I really want to take that. I just enjoy being there. If I'm spending so much, might as well have my own. Have my friends come there like a hub. I'm always hosting celebs. I'm always hosting UFC fighters, podcasters like yourself. Why not have a hub where they can all just be entertained? Everyone can come there. From Meisters Clubs meetings to the gym, Christmas brunches, Eid, iftars, sports events, boxing. I was always thinking, why am I driving to other places? And there's not even options to do that. I think I want to get my own. And now, alhamdulillah, with God's grace, everything works mysteriously. At one point, I was trying to get the place, and it was just unattainable financially, to a point where the landlord reached out himself after a while, and we're making made a crazy like kind of offer to me, in a way. And he's a really good guy, really good person. I've worked with him for years in different businesses. I trust him, and inshallah, mid-July, I'm looking to open that. So that's not like someone's gonna say you've invented social media or you've invented Snapchat. People, no, it's not about the money. It's just I can't explain. Like, I have my gym, a salon, go sit there, bring the family in for lunch, kids having their... Just something I've always wanted to do. You know, like Tony Soprano, you sit in the Sopranos, have his pasta and go home. I just can't explain it. It's like my little passion, like you've got for your podcasting.
Yeah, I love it, man.
I've got that, like, I've dabbled with podcasting, but I haven't got a passion for it. I'm not going to lie. I enjoy being on them like you, speak to someone who knows what they're doing and letting me speak, but my passion's not there. I enjoy it. It's not a passion. And I know how much work goes into it. I've seen you do it, and I see how you're rushing around and speaking to me about people in the city and going here, going there. By the time it's done, set up, interviews, time, edits, present. And it's not only posting, it's like the edit, it's the pushes. It's hard work. And I haven't got the patience for it, but I love it. So like for example, you've got that. I've got that passion for that. I've always had a passion to do that. So yeah, that's coming up. And honestly, like, apart from physically, I've put a lot of weight and eating a lot of McDonald's, and Frankie knows I'm in the gym, but when I leave the gym, I eat a lot of crap.
He's in the gym, but he's talking.
Yeah.
He's talking to people.
You know, it's hard when you're in your own gym. I do a set, Frankie comes in, then someone else like Mikey Millen comes in, comes out, Chimaev comes in. So, how's everyone doing? By the time it comes, my set's been 25 minutes before the last set. I'm like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
25-minute breaks. Then Frankie gets a session and gets all selfish, works out, and I'm just standing thinking, this is why I'm fat. This is why. I need to join another gym.
But how big has it been for you growing, obviously, since you've grown your, say, I know people call it a personal brand, but like obviously a personal reputation where you've been putting your face online a lot. Since you've obviously been doing that, I think things have also took a big turn for you in terms of all the business opportunities and the things that come to you as a result of that. Obviously that comes with a positive and a negative. So to talk to the audience about like the kind of positive benefit that you've had, and then also talk about some of the negatives that you've had from doing that, because I know that there's been both in the last year
look,
for you.
Like anything, you'll know, you'll get comments, you'll see the negatives, you're going to get it. And when you read the negatives, it shouldn't offend anyone. You'll see it and you think, they've just gone out their way just to annoy you because there's a vendetta or they're jealous. If you don't like something, I don't even acknowledge it. Like, okay, I don't like pork chops. I'm not going to even order. I'm not going to talk about it. It's just I don't like them. It's haram for me, but I want to eat it. Or I don't like vanilla flavour, for example. When people go out their way, people take too much offence to it. I see it as a compliment sometimes. They've gone out their way. Yeah, a lot of that came, and I'm going to say this, and it should be one of your clickbait short clips. I'm thanking purely Andrew Tate. People know me because Andrew Tate. Yeah, I had my niche in sports world fitness. I was in the socialite circle of Dubai influencers, but because of Andrew and my support for him, and he has put me to this level. And it's not planned. I didn't want to be. I stood out to speak up for Andrew when that happened, because if I didn't, I saw a lot of people who were his so-called friends cowering behind the camera, and I'm not going to say it's risky. I'm like, listen, I don't even see evidence. I know it's BS, and I'm going to speak up. And yes, loads of positive, people come and say, want to ask for a picture because I know Andrew. How's Top G? How's Andrew Tate? Everything. But I enjoy it. That's like, I love the support he's got, but I got a lot of negative people who hate him so much, who think he's guilty without case, without anything. People, that's society now. Usually it's innocent until proven guilty. It's guilty until proven innocent now. I get a lot of hate. I get a lot of hit jobs, a lot of people trying to tarnish my name so I stay silent and don't defend it, but it doesn't work. They'll put false accusations, this, that. And I don't, you know what? I don't even block them. Because you block them, it looks boring. I just let them. Sometimes I read them, I laugh. I'm like, you've made me out to really, I wish I was that powerful. I wish I was that. Unfortunately, I'm not. And it's social media. And you know what? I saw Eddie Hearn interview, and it was right. He goes, Twitter is such a cesspit. He goes, sometimes I just want to get off it, but you need it for business. He goes, it's the worst. It's all on Twitter. It is all on Twitter. But again, I'd want the same. If I'm in a bad situation and wrongfully accused and really being demonized, I'd want my people and friends to stand up. So if I don't, who's going to do it? And a few other friends we've got who've stood up for him. So yeah, loads of negativity, fake hit pieces. I was even on Romanian news. They put a hit piece out on me in Romanian news, trying to put me in this bracket with certain individuals. It's laughable. I'm like, bro, the world's mad, and these people tagging me, oh, Tam's not traveling to Romania. He's wanted. I'm like, bro, little they know I don't post it. I'm out every other weekend. I'm traveling. But I don't want these idiots to know. One person, Tam deleted 215 tweets when Tate went to jail. I wonder why. That's my kids' pics. Because as my influence got bigger, I had sickos messaging stupid things, you know, like about my children. So I'm like, listen, even told my wife I'm unfollowing. She goes, why? I said, listen, people are going to just target you. It's no point. I don't care, but I don't want them, you know.
So you even unfollowed your wife on Twitter just to protect
Not
her?
Twitter, it was Instagram. Just because they're sick, and I deleted all the kids' pictures. So I'd have some, but like the hair, but not their faces, because I was getting sickos like messaging stupid things, fake accounts. But that, I don't like that. It's like, bro, you're sick. Like, cuss me, call me anything from criminal to scumbag to that. No problem, call this Tate. But don't, kids is like, bro, relax, you're sick. So that's why, and then someone goes, took a screenshot of me deleting this and that, and they're going, he's hiding his background. So what kind of criminal mastermind tweets what he does? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't acknowledge it. But yeah, I got a lot of bullshit, bro. Even I get 1,000 messages a day maybe on Instagram. 6 or 7 is bad, but it's part of the game.
But the rest is positive.
Yeah, Instagram. But it's Twitter, bro. It's a jealous cesspit. But again, it's all because of Tate and their hatred towards it. And that makes me more defend him.
But now let's talk about the positive aspect. The positive aspect of all of that is the fact of hasn't it added massive margins to your business that you never had before? Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, and that's I need to put an Andrew Tate picture in my gym. I'm not one of these guys. Yeah, I see so many people use as clickbait his name. I've worked. I know. Andrew, people should be thanking the guy. I didn't go on my way to like that. I've always been in that market. I've always been in the fight. That's how we're close. I've always had my celebs come in here. It's known for that. But Andrew's put my level to there, and he should be thanked by a lot of these people. Because anytime I want Andrew, I've got a podcast. You want to come on? Yeah. Do you mind this? Let's do it, bro. Messaged me the other day. You got social knocker come in? Tell me what you need. Like that. He reached out to me. He's like that. I don't ever I said, no. Because he thinks just because I defend his name. Like I said, bro, you don't owe me. This is what you should be done. And even as Tristan. And they do the same for you. So the positives, like the gym's gone busier, 80% probably to him. And other aspects, we're pushing a lot of work. We go around. And also, my message is I've got a good Muslim community backing who see what I'm doing. They say, look, you're not like a priest looking. You don't look the most holiest, but your message is always positive. And to this day, even before the Andrew, I always do morning quotes, spiritual quotes in the evening about prayers. Not to show off, to say to other guys, if I'm up every morning praying, why can't you? Like, this is a quote. I used to watch others do that to me. It helped me. Like Sonny Bill Williams, Mufti Menk, Shamsi, all these guys would put posts, and I'm like, you know what, that influenced me. So I do the same. And if you're going to post positivity. Yeah, I have fun. I post the odd racing down a road in a car, this and that, but you rarely ever will see me posting a house or my personal belongings. I never do that.
This is what a lot of people don't see about you, because obviously you look to the outside world in some respects quite intimidating on some of the pictures and stuff like that, or could potentially look that way. You know, would you agree?
That's another sign of saying I'm ugly. So if you're ugly, I'm joking.
But you know what I'm saying, though.
I know.
You do.
I'm big. I'm bald. I've got a big head, big neck.
When you're big, bald, have a beard, and you're like Arabic looking, you look quite intimidating in a certain respect and in certain situations. But the one when I arrived here, and obviously me and you have been friends for quite a while now. When I arrived here, it was Ramadan, right? And I saw on your story that you were going out doing some charity work, and I thought this is a different side to Tam that not many people see. I would like to come and see this side because I've not seen it. You know what I'm saying? So I said to you, I reached out to you and I said, Tam, let's go. I'm not a Muslim, but like I'll come and help you with this charity event. And we went down to this charity event, and you were handing out thousands of meals to these workers in Dubai. That's the kind of stuff that I think people don't really get to see enough of, because they think that stuff only happens that once a year in Ramadan. But I know it happens more often than not. The charity stuff, you know.
Right, and on that I got so much stick because why are you posting it? Charity, you should be, which is I agree with, but you knew that we were raising a kitty because you saw how many people went away with no food, and that was at the end. We're like, bro, like I said, and I said to you that I think, and you and a few others, I said. It'll always be that way. There's not enough. The line gets bigger and bigger. But that's why I said, guys, post, send money. Because the more we had, we all needed input. And also in Ramadan, your rewards increase. I wanted everyone. How many non-Muslims like yourself came and helped? How many YouTubers, influencers? And I just thought, it's good to get you guys to see reality. I brought my kids. Give out food. I want to say, listen, you little brats. Life's easy because I'm working hard. But maybe it's not. But this is, appreciate life. Because some people don't have these toys. Their own room. These people are 7-8 people sharing a room. You know, everyone's got a different life. You have to. It wakes you up.
I didn't realize or comprehend the level of poverty side that the other side of Dubai has in terms of like the workers and stuff.
It's not. You know, it's not poverty. I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, like any country, you've got your big achievements and small. But Dubai, they get a stick for this. But I'm going to defend them. And why? A lot of these people have nothing when they're in their own home countries, war zones. Literally dying of starvation. Yes, the salary, but these salaries, what they get paid, still funds their family, a huge family back home. They get accommodation there. It's not easy, but who else is doing it? I wish other Western countries that brought in countries which are suffering, who have no education, can't speak the language, have no communication skills. They still give them big jobs. Yes, of course, you can't pay, but on the other side, they're still giving them providing them a financial thing to well. When other countries will say, you haven't got you literally can't speak a word. You've just got a passport. No one knows your birth certificate background. We can't trust you. They give them trust. They give them accommodation. Yeah, it's not palaces, but still, there's people who are dying who can't even afford a grain of rice. These guys have still that, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying, but it's better than nothing. And it's still the UAE offers that. They could easily bring external contractors, give it to the West, China, and say do it like everyone else is using China. Take over in all the industries. No, Dubai still has its history where the Asian population kind of helped build the nation, and it's still got that kind of history in certain areas of it. So check the flip side of the coin, where the majority of the poor people are from India. The biggest, richest people in Dubai are Indians too. So it's they are the biggest spenders in real estate. The Choitram owners, the Spinneys, Danube, the biggest and the most successful of the Indians. So like any race, go bro in England. Go for Oxford Street. There's homeless English living on the street.
Yeah,
Oxford Street. But you go to walk down the corner to Hyde Park.
Because homelessness here is like illegal, isn't it?
You don't. They all get accommodation, bro. I saw one time there was people stuck and they were homeless. There was something happened. I'm not sure. The Sheikh fixed everything. I think arranged a hotel for everyone. Look, it's hard and people get sick, but help is better than nothing. You know, it's hard. Like, I'm on a minuscule scale, but I have to look after a lot of people and employees. There's only so much you can do, but anything's better than nothing as long as you help and try that right intention. And I try, I'm not paid to say this, I'll say it, but the rulers here really look after the city. They look after every citizen. They look after every resident. They walk with no security. That's a testament to say how much they love. Every Emirati local citizen who's indigenous has got land, funerals paid for, weddings paid for, discounts on all water and gas, electrics. Why don't the UK do that, Australia? You've got war veterans who fought for the UK, England, fought in the World War, who are homeless. Yeah. They don't care. That's why the leaders loved here. He looks after his own first. I respect that. I think he should look after their own people. English should look after their own.
Well,
Every country
started as a poor desert, didn't it, before
yeah,
oil?
should look after your own, but it's a vision. Like I always say, defend him. There's many rich countries, many with money. There's many booming, but there's no Dubai. There's no United Arab Emirates. It's the vision. You can't buy that. You can have trillions. You can have oil, gas, whatever. But you can't have that vision of Sheikh Mohammed and his family had. And that's vision. You can't teach that.
If you guys ever get a chance to read a book, read the first few chapters of a book by what was it,
Sheikh Mohammed.
Sheikh Mohammed
Maktoum,
yeah, Maktoum. If you read the start of his book, the first few chapters, I was captivated. I was waiting for an osteopath session, and he was running late. I read the first two chapters of his book. It blew my mind how empowering this book is, and how he's written it. And you can tell he's written it, and written it in a certain way. It's a powerful book. It's called My Vision.
It's like people, because I always promote them. People say, "Oh, you're just a sellout. You're this, that, you're this." I'm not paid a penny to say this.
You're just proud of it.
Doesn't matter if I say it or not. I know personally his son, the deputy ruler and minister of finance of Dubai, the deputy ruler of Dubai, and he's the minister of finance of UAE. His name's Maktoum bin Mohammed Al Maktoum. He's the son. Yeah. This guy, I'm telling you, I've never met him more humble. He's so powerful, so humble, to the point where little details. We spoke once, and he knows. Listen, he knows everyone's doing for the community. He knows every little bit. If it doesn't benefit Dubai or its people, he doesn't like it. I've heard stories when he went to Expo and seeing, is it good for the people? Is it doing this? Is that? He's like that. Real estate, and this is a leader. I swear to you, he's younger than me. I admire him. The way he talks, the way he looks out, the way he's proud of anti-corruption, the way he is. And I'm telling you firsthand, I never spoke about this on podcast ever. This guy, is a leader at this age. The way, little things I wanted advice on and stuff, and he says it's great. And anything, as you say to him when I was younger, these guys want to bring investment or this, that. Who do I speak? He said, listen, anything what's benefiting Dubai in a positive way, we're open. Everything's for Dubai. Everything was good for him. He notices from the community work people do. They go around, bro, do you think Rishi Sunak or Boris Johnson do that? The core factors, they're all about the people, and this is so important. And I swallahi, I'm not paid to say this. I don't get a visa from nothing to promote. But for me, if I admire and respect someone who does that, if we can take 2% of that and incorporate that in your business, you'll be successful. Why? Because the people are happy. Everyone, they don't need security and police. Why? Because the people respect them. It's not fear, it's respect, and they're happy with them. Most of these other leaders need it. Why? Because people are fed up. They want to assassinate them, no? They walk anywhere where they want. They're like 2-3 people away from making a phone call with them. You can approach them. Bro, Dubai is booming. How many millions a year come and visit? Look at the roads, traffic is booming. Yet these people are still like that. They have, untold amount of resource money, still humble, still dress how they do. The one I know doesn't even care about a flashy, literally the most humble guy you'll ever meet. We used to discuss sport, normal topics. Randomly he would check on me. How's everything? How's your family? Everything's good. Which ruler does that? Yeah. He knows everything. They watch every industry, private, public sector, government sector, what's going on, what's benefiting the country, what's not, where to make changes. And for me, that's admirable. And I think everyone should take an aspect of that, whether you like Muslims or Arabs or anything. If you've got dislike, doesn't matter. But take that ethic and incorporate in your life, you'll be successful. It doesn't matter about your opinion. You have to respect. I suppose
everyone has an opinion on a Muslim country coming from a Western country before they've ever actually lived their life because of the media and the media and stuff like that. But having lived here for periods of time myself, obviously this time 2 months, and then time before that 6 weeks, and time before that 6 weeks, it's the third time this time, or maybe the fourth time, probably the third time, that I've really kind of started to think, do you know what? This is a place I could live 6-7 months a year, because I can actually, because it's like even coming here and knowing you, like people want to help you, people want to help you move forward, people want to make things happen for you. It's like, Tam, I want to have this person on the podcast. You'll be, I've got to connect for that, and you'll help me, and I'll help you where you need help. And it's that collaborative thing about Dubai that I like, because in other countries that I've lived in, England, Australia, sometimes Australia is definitely more collaborative. The worst place I've ever lived is probably the UK, but obviously it's my home, isn't it?
It's home. You know what? I don't think that's we can say it's a population thing. I think that is individualism. Like, everyone's different. You get a-holes everywhere. I've had my fair share here. But when you're in a place where you're earning a bit more, the weather's good, you tend to be more happier. In England, unemployment, high crime rates, no one's making money, stress. Of course, people are depressed. It's a domino effect. So you can I used to go, oh, why there? But you understand it.
Yeah.
When you wake up and you just look outside, I say alhamdulillah, like the palm, the beach, the sea. Just like you wake up and you're driving, there's no crime, and you're thinking, hang the gym, seeing people, the food. Sometimes it takes you out, you think, you know what? Alhamdulillah, thanks to God, everything. Like you said earlier, just be blessed. Whatever happens, there's people struggling, suffering, living in harsh environments, on the streets in the UK estates, going through crime, having to like look out their window when they go. We're blessed. So when you say that's being rich itself.
So would you be encouraging? What would your message be then to all the people that are listening to this that are living in a Western country right now? They're not truly happy. They want to change the scenery. They're thinking maybe Dubai, maybe not, maybe this, maybe that. What in terms of, give me your best sales pitch in terms of why people should come here.
Dubai is where UAE and Saudi now, especially UAE. This is networking capital of the world. Dubai. This is the new Switzerland. This is the new Marbella. You call it New York, whatever you want. This is where it's at. Every tycoon, influencer, YouTuber, CEO, CFO, CMO, everyone's here. Everyone's setting up shop here. Why? You've got the rich people coming here. Why? Because there's security. They make millions and millions. They can live around the world. Why? Why are they going to live in London where their Rolls Royce can be robbed off their driveway, where their kids can't run in a park without getting stabbed for they've got their cars or their watches? They don't want to do that. They earn that money to have security. Dubai gives you that. Every major business, everything's here, and literally you're a phone call away from meeting someone. So I think if you can, but I don't want to say a message where people say, look, I'm married with kids. It's harder for some people. Not everyone can pick up and leave. But if you're a single man or woman and you've got no responsibilities and you've got no kids and you're at that point where you feel like that age, go to the UAE. Save some money and just take that risk. What's the worst? Go back to your mum's. If you can afford that, do it. Because in life, if you don't take a risk, you're not going to achieve nothing. Go and come here, because if this is the land of opportunity. It's not the America anymore. UAE, especially Dubai, is the land of opportunity, in my opinion. And I think if I can, bro, I'm nothing. I am nothing. If I can make some kind of success, anyone can. I've never been Harvard, Oxford. I'm not no intellect. I still speak slang. I still stutter when I talk. I waffle. Look at the face. It's not like a face your mum wants to meet, you know what I mean? But if I can, anyone can. That's what everyone should believe. It's just you've got to work. Someone goes, oh, well, you don't really sleep much. Yeah, because I've got to always keep on my toes. I've got 2 daughters. God forbid I die tomorrow. I've got to think of the future. I need to get some stability for them so they can go to uni and whatever. So that's why I do this. Like, I want all my family to live in Dubai here. I want to look after all of them. Then I can sit there and go, yeah, khalas, I've done it, alhamdulillah. Maybe it achieves, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I die tomorrow. Alhamdulillah, whatever comes is from God. But still, you have to work. So everyone out there, young, take that risk. Take a trip. Do it, like you say, 3-4 months. Go with a friend. Go to a bit out if it's cheaper to stay, like Dubai, Dera, whichever little district, JVC, Jebel Ali, and just commute and just walk around, meet people, talk, go to gyms, go to beaches, go to HR agencies, real estate, whatever. Real estate's booming now. Anyone can do real estate. Just do the course. It's booming. Probably the most booming market in the world right now.
Yeah, my mate, who is a developer in the UK, he's a successful developer, doing millions in turnover, and he just said, you know what, I'm just going to come over and be a real estate agent. And he's on track to do 20k this month, and he's building it up. He's building it up. And obviously 20k is nothing like what he was earning before, but eventually he will build up and eventually he'll make money. But he's having a great time out here because he can wear his solid gold Rolex and he can walk around and no one's judging him for having it, even though he's worked hard for it, and everything else is just because it's normal life here. It's like it's very.
And it goes back to testimony to the leadership and the foundations of having a Muslim country. Don't have to be Muslim, but with that religious base, you have rules, a system, and people all respect it. Every culture I see in my gym, but they all know the boundaries. It's respect.
Yeah.
Like I said, I ask everyone on the podcast, how many policemen do you see walking the streets?
Well, I've only seen the police a few times, and it was only because of traffic.
Traffic
Traffic.
You don't
police.
see police.
Yeah.
Go to anywhere in the West, any European city, any Western city, you'll see those. You don't even see police. Yet people won't steal that wallet or that phone when you walk away. That's why, because they respect the laws.
Yeah.
It's a deterrent. They know the consequences. It's not fair, but they just know.
There's-
Step out of line, okay, but respect, have your fun, wear your bikini, go get drunk and party there, if you're into that, eat your food, whatever it is.
Well, 'cause
But in those boundaries, there's places, but don't
Yeah.
take the piss.
Yeah.
And, bro, the UK and the West, bro, England's home. Born and raised, I love it. When they played the World Cup, I went to Qatar to watch a game. I was like screaming for them to win. But unfortunately, they've let it's just a joke. It's not like it was when I was younger. The 80s were the best.
When did you last go back to England?
Last year.
And
I
what-
was going to go for Eid, but so much work. But I'm going to go summer. I want to go summer, do like a bit of Europe and take the kids to Paris, Euro Disney.
See,
I was about to go, but then if I went now, it was just the worst timing. I had so much going on. I wanted to spend Eid, but then I want to try and, inshallah, do Hajj this year. Go to Mecca, do the pilgrimage, because I've never done it. And then after that, London, see my mum, family, go see everyone, and then maybe drive to Euro Disney for the kids. I'd love them to see Euro Disney, Paris and Disney. You know, they love that stuff.
Yeah, I saw you treated them the other day to Frozen.
Yeah, they're obsessed with Frozen, bro. So I have to deliver. They'll love to see the real life also. So yeah, everything's for the kids, man. So when they're happy, then you feel satisfied. You know. It's good.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful life you've provided. Obviously, you're living on the Palm now.
Alhamdulillah.
You walk out the back. I've been lucky enough to meet your family and go to the back of your house and just look at the view that you wake up to every morning. How could you want to be in Canvey Island when you're waking up to that every morning?
Hey, bro, don't say that. Canvey is similar. The only difference is the weather. Canvey Island is exactly like the Palm, except the weather.
But you were talking way back in the podcast about when you took your eye off the ball, right? Do you think the reason you took your eye off the ball is because you got to the point in Dubai where you're kind of sleeping in silk sheets, and you
Wasn't
can't?
that.
No.
I just had some time in my life when I was a little stressed, just bored, but comfortable. As in, didn't care. I was like, you know what, all right with that. Then, you know, everything attributes together. You know, when you don't work out,
Yep.
you know, everything starts physically, in my opinion. I've learned that as well. When you stop training a bit, you get sloppy. Your brain gets sloppier. Your thinking gets sloppy. You get lazy to do anything. That's why working out fitness is so essential. You wake up in different mood when you train first thing or whatever. You just feel, whoa, I'm revived. Right, let's go get it. When you don't, like laziness, sloppiness, and overweightness, it's like, you know what, I don't care. Netflix and chill. It's okay, it's doing well, but it's comfort. To the point where I was complacent, and wallahi, alhamdulillah, I needed it. To the point where I'm always hungry, I'm always checking. New target. Again, it's not financially, it's just challenges. I want that target. And I always say, do what you love what you do. Some disagree, some say, nah, go for them. No, for me, it's that. That works for me. Everyone else got their own thing. I enjoy what I do. I love coming meeting people. I love that. And I wouldn't change it for. I've been offered good amounts for the gym. But no, like, it's not about the money. It's just, what would I do? It's my hub. It's like Cheers. Remember that TV show, Cheers?
Yep.
Where everybody knows your name and is in that bar. Like, I feel like that. It's like, you know, it's like Desmond's.
I kind of think without this as the hub spot, you wouldn't be able to do the other business you do off the back of the gym anyway.
It's not that, like, it's just for me, it's like my baby. It took a lot of ups and downs, a lot of highs and lows to finally almost be where I want it to be, almost. And it's just like, you know, it's just the barber shop, it's just it's the hangout, it's just the spot, it's the youth club, call it one, it's just that. I cannot explain it. It's just, I had a friend here, I'll tell you an example, and there's some big Chinese tycoons, and I have a friend who does real estate. He goes, look, they're offering for buildings, running buildings. So I suppose a friend who owns a building, funny enough, in Dubai, you have friends who own buildings, you laugh, but it's true. I went, look, I've got a Chinese tycoon, they'll offer whatever you want, they'll make. He goes, brother, never, it's for sale, it's our baby. I go, these are like in the bees. He goes, doesn't matter. And I thought at the time, what? But I understand now. I understand. It was their first piece of land, whatever. It was a hard project to make, and no. So then I thought, you know what? I rate that. I respect that. It's his baby. Same as me. This is nothing to like these tycoons, but for me, it's my little thing. You know,
It's your home, yeah.
Now look, how like we've got a good relationship. Other people you've seen, other faces here. And it's the place for me, and it's just I enjoy it. Stressed out, come here. Bad mood, come here. Good mood, come here. Happy mood, come here.
I went down that. Is it Banous? Banous gym?
Yes.
Went Banous gym. Fantastic gym, fantastic facilities, but I like it. I like it here because it just feels more homely to me.
Everyone's different.
Do you know what I mean?
I know he's a good friend of mine. Very good gym, amazing, huge, beautiful machines. Great guy. Done a great job. Many good gyms, many better gyms than this. Just everyone's got a different atmosphere. Everyone's got a different. If you want to compete in bodybuilding, you got to be honest.
Yeah.
You want to do CrossFit. There's CrossFit gyms. You want to do this, but ours is different. It's a different vibe. Everyone's got their own, and I want all of them to succeed and do well. I swear, people say to me, I say, Binos is a sick. I'd even go train there sometimes if I can. It's busy.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable just to think how much money he's put into that place to make it the way it is.
A machine for every kind of body part, literally anything. I've heard your fingers and toes. You could even have a machine for. But everyone's got their thing. Ours is more on a martial arts background. But my point is, bro, this world, we are nothing. There's God, and the rest of us are the slaves. So there's money and success for everyone to make. Don't let everyone make their success and hope everyone's happy and making money and doing their thing. I want everyone to you know what I mean? That's what it should be like.
So how can this audience get into the abundant mindset on everything that you have? Because obviously, even at times when you've had less than what you have now, a lot less, and you've been some points in your life that have perhaps gone backwards, you've always, from what I've known, felt like the world's abundant. How have you instilled that in your mindset?
It's my all about faith, religion, being close to Allah, God, Islam. Because Islam for me is the truth. And when you truly understand the Quran, you realize, bro, this life is nothing. It's temporary. I was at a funeral 2 weeks ago. A friend of mine, Ziggy, who was one of the first guys I ever met in Dubai, a trainer, doing similar to me. Next thing, I went to see him in hospital. It was hard to see him. He's gone. Everyone's there. And I was watching people thinking, half of you are fake. Half of you didn't even keep in contact with him when he was alive. And then slowly he'll be an annual memory. Miss you, boy. After 3-4, everyone's forgotten. Same will be with me, with you. Yeah, TK, tribute might be on Love in Dubai. A few Facebook posts, a lot of guys leave flowers. Khalas. 3 days later, it's done. All right, my gym membership's you. It's done. So 1 year later, what's TK stand for? No, bro, no one cares. Everyone's time's coming. When you truly know that there's a purpose of life, which I know, you're born here for a reason, and to do everything you can to get to that destination, which I believe is heaven. Don't chase it. What is for you is for you. Work, but what is meant for you will be for you. You could be the next Joe Rogan, or you might not be. What's set for you is set for you.
I'd rather be the first Frankie Lee.
Yeah, but like mainstream Spotify, whatever, Rumble. I might lose everything in a few months. I might be dead tonight. That, unfortunately, that's the way it is. Alhamdulillah, good or bad, but that's set for me. When you truly understand that, you don't get stressed, man. You don't care. Hard times, low. I know God wanted me to be broke. God wanted me to be wealthy. So this creation, look at us, our fingers, our nose, our eyes, our eyelashes, everything is so detailed. This creator, whoever made us for a reason. This ain't no big bang. This is not by chance. It's too perfect. Everything has a purpose. This mic, this on top of it, this bit to get the wind sounds, the can, this to open. Everything has a reason. You're telling us these creations like us, which are so perfect, don't have a reason to be alive. No, we're just there to do good. Think outside the box, guys. Think with logic. And then once you find that, study what is our purpose. When you do that, automatically you'll come to Islam, because it's impossible to doubt it when you see the evidence for it. And then once you get to that point, you feel, alhamdulillah, blessed. You don't care. I'm human. I have ups and downs, stress. That I'm human. You get worried. You get upset when someone's upset, hurt, dies. But still, I'm not chasing this. I'm not the donkey chasing the carrot for money, and I don't care about what someone thinks of me. I'm famous. I'm not. I don't care, because I know the purpose of life, and inshallah, that's why I pray regularly and try and do these good deeds and try and be nice to everyone. I slip up. I sometimes be an asshole. I'm a human being. Sometimes I get angry or whatever. But much improved to when I was younger. And if I can raise my girls as good Muslim girls and be good to my wife and all those around me, then khalas. If God can, inshallah, will accept my du'as, my prayers and my good deeds, and if I go home, then that's the achievement. This means nothing, bro. I swear to you, there's 2 bald men in a podcast room in Dubai, in this population of 10, 12 billion people in the world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Look at that point of view. There's many different people are dying in, Uyghurs are getting murdered in China. You've got Palestinians being tortured by an apartheid in Israel. You've got kids dying. You've got wars. You've got school shooters. People losing kids before they die. Bro, we've got it good, bro. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
God bless, and bless, thank God, you're breathing. Look into religion, look into faith, whatever it is. But when I pray and I'm stressed and I put my head down and bow to this Creator, like I say, like people say, oh, you're big and strong, but I'm bowing to the source. I'm nothing.
One of the most powerful things I saw in the last few days from you that wasn't even on your social media, I was following Mitchell, the boxer,
Ty
Mitchell,
yeah.
Ty Mitchell, and he had come round to see you, and it was obviously prayer time, and you got a nice Lamborghini Urus that you've got, and you're there in front of it. Obviously, you didn't know he was filming at the time, but obviously you're praying outside because it's prayer time outside on the floor in front of this Lamborghini. Now you wouldn't see this anywhere else in the world, other than here. Like, do you know what I mean?
That was the other day. I got
comes.
Complacent. I was losing time to get that prayer in because you have 5 prayers a day, and each is a part of the day, and another one comes before you've got until that time to pray. But you should do it right on time. I got complacent with some work, and I'm like, oh, if I get home, I'll miss it. So I just got a towel and prayed. I didn't even know I filmed it. I didn't even want to read the post, but at the end I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. But it's not even about cars and all these silly things. But if I can't show respect to the Creator who's made of all of us, who's given me these opportunities, then who am I? I'm a piece of crap, ain't I? That's the least I can do is pray 5 times and obey. I still slip up, I make mistakes, but I try my best. And it took me a long time in my life to get to this point, but everything comes from God, Allah, and He'll give you life, take your life. So just, when you have that kind of state of mind,
I think it's beautiful to serve a purpose bigger than yourself, no matter what you believe and however you want to structure believing it, all that kind of stuff. We can, because you can go into every different which way of splitting religions and all this stuff and get into many arguments about all that stuff. But as long as you serve a purpose bigger than yourself, that's kind of, for me, is what sets you apart. I think that's important.
Look, if many people find sanctuary in something which grounds them, but my duty as a Muslim is to say to everyone, don't listen to me. I could be waffling for all. But there's no harm in taking a look into Islam and reading that Quran. There's no harm. Well, you're going to lose nothing. You might just end up saying, oh, it's a beautiful book.
I think you should look at all of them, to be honest.
Yeah, I have.
Because not you personally. I'm not saying that to you personally. I just think that everyone on this, because I've got.
You are right there, because you know why? That's the only way you'll find what's good for you and what's the truth. You must look into everything and study everything and see. That's the only way you can come and see what's right and what's wrong. You have to.
I've got all the holy books because I need to understand all of them.
You have to. You have to
look. Because if
I
don't understand all of them, how can I make an informed choice?
But you know what I used to do? I used to read them and say, what if if I see something has a hypocrisy in it, like if you tell me, you know what, I'm doing this, that, I'll see you at 10 o'clock tomorrow, and I come, you're not there. I just lied. Okay, slowly, your words not mean nothing to me. I do that with everything I study and look into everything, and I want to see what is prove to me is the truth. I say, like, how is Islam the truth? How do I know? I'm just born it. Let me see. Let me go. Let me assess this. Let me assess the book, and I look at every other thing, and then you come to your own conclusions. But I respect all religions. No compulsion of religion. I respect all, but it's all youngsters out there. Have some kind of faith, because without faith, your life's going to be empty. Because if you chase the dollar or the dirham or the pound, you're lost. Don't chase that, because that is, because the more you chase it and you don't get it, you're going to kill yourself.
You know what, Tam, right? It doesn't even matter which book they actually believe in or follow, or which religion it is actually, because having read the 3 predominant ones, the Torah, the Bible, the Quran, and I've got all 3 books. If you follow the commandments in any of the three, you're going to be in a damn sight better position in life than if you don't follow.
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like it's just a great guide.
100%.
It's just a great guide to life, really,
100%.
and how you operate as a man, as a human.
Like I used to say to people, when they killed Christianity in UK, or they keep it in a church, it's a bad idea, because all the good deeds and morals come from the values of holy books. Like, what do you want? This promiscuity, like these drag queens and this crime. Yeah, oh, he's a Bible basher. You need these people to say what's good and what's wrong, and that's why the West has gone bad. Religion, keep it in that temple, but let us dictate what goes on. That's where the West has gone wrong. There's no religion. That's why in Texas it's still kind of like some normality, because the Orthodox Christianity in Russia, East Europe, they still have their Christianity. In Africa, Islam, whatever, in other countries. But when you kill religion and the respect of God and prophets and holy books, then what is left? If they don't respect their families, bro, mothers, police, teachers, what do you think? They care? This new generation of kids, it's finished.
Respect starts with people believing something bigger than themselves, because because then you believe that eyes are on you at all times.
Yeah, that's
what controls people doing the dumbest shit, because you can't get away from those eyes. That's the way it doesn't matter which one you read. That's what I get from all three.
Bro, you said it's spot on there. Like, people say, why? It's like fasting. I could eat a chocolate cake tomorrow. No one's seeing me. Why? Because I know God's watching.
Yeah,
exactly what you said. I could break your fast, have a McDonald's. No, I don't care. No one's going to see me.
Yeah, but you
why
know.
Don't I say? Why don't I Prince Crystal girls? Why don't I do dodgy things to make money? I can't, because God's watching. I cannot. I will never do it, because God's watching.
Yeah.
So there you go. When God's watching you, it's different, and you're like, the sin is this, the sin is that, and you don't.
No, I like it. I like the. Obviously, look, it's up to people whatever they put into their lives and however they operate. That's up to people. You know what I'm saying? But I since I've believed in something bigger than myself on a personal level, it's got a lot clearer to me. I'm a lot more on my path, and I'm a lot more dialed into even this podcast, right? The podcast, the success that I will ultimately have with it, right? It's that I know is coming. That I've already
God wills.
That I've already seen, Tam. Even all that, right? And I've been saying it since day one. It's all planned and preordained, mate. And I'm just out here executing on the plan, mate. And that's it. And I believe that wholeheartedly. You said at a point in this podcast about other podcasts, and there's loads of other podcasters out there, and you said how you weren't always, like, it's not your passion. And that a lot of podcasters out there, mate, that are doing podcasting week in, week out, are doing it for the wrong reasons. It's not their passion, and they won't win this game because people who listen to podcasts, the people who listen, they fucking know if you're into it or not.
I meant by that is, if you're doing it, if you do it for the wrong reason, like money or clout, it's not going to work. Passion shines through. People who come to my gym, like I said, there's gyms which are like 5-star, but people love it here because they go, it's just the atmosphere, the vibe. It's because it's real. We know everyone. We say hello. Someone goes, "Oh, I need this. I didn't like this machine." Bro, next day it's there. Customers all right. It's just this vibe. My staff know everyone's name, every member's name. It's like it's a passion. Like when we see our fighters develop, I'm the owner. I still drive to shows and watch them fight live. A kid on a shit show. It's not like it's UFC or Matchroom Boxing. Some small show, but we still tell. Khamzat Chimaev, a UFC, one of the next world champions, drove with us to watch one of the students fight. That says it all.
Yeah, I saw him today actually outside.
It's like a unity. This you can't buy. This is because it's a passion. Same. So I understand what you're saying, and then it's not a job. It's not work. If the reward comes, it's a benefit. That's it. It's not about that. So that's what I meant by that. So just don't chase. People chase a dollar, and you get a lot of these motivational speakers saying, "Yeah, go out there. You can make 10x." Bro, they're just selling something, so just relax. Just do where you feel comfortable and what's your niche, when you find what your niche is and where you think, right, I'm enjoying my work environment, because the rest is a bonus. The benefit will come.
Talk to me about Khamzat. Obviously, he's coming over here he's moving to Dubai now. And obviously a lot of UFC fighters now, I've heard in the last few days, are coming to Dubai, and Dubai is being looked into making into a hub of UFC fighters and martial artists. Is that am I correct in saying that?
Well, what happened was in the COVID time, everything was stuff. You couldn't do shows. And the UFC made a deal with Abu Dhabi. They made Fight Island. Dana White was years ahead of everyone else. Like, when that pandemic happened, everyone was like sitting there feeling sorry for him. He went out, right, how do I do this? And he made a thing called Fight Island, where it was no fans, but there were shows going on in Abu Dhabi. They found a place where everything was monitored by it was just amazingly done. And from there, it's become a hub, and they do a mega show every year. But why it's so important? Because there's many people who can't get visas or travel to America, different parts of the world. This kind of centre. So it gives opportunities to other countries which can't fight in America. And a lot of them come set up camp here or base here, because there's other smaller shows here as well, like UAE Warriors, etc., which are on the UFC Fight Pass. So they're like a tunnel to get there. And they all come and set up base here. It's easier for them to get acclimatized. It's a great place to live. And like Hamza, we had Leon Edwards, we had Aljamain Sterling, you name them, world champions doing camps here. So it's a hub, and I think Hamza's next fight will be in UFC in October, so he's here already, training, set up shop. Again, he lives in Sweden, which is very like London, becoming violent. He's like the same guy, just want to train. Like, he's very famous too. So for him, literally, I'm not even saying this on camera, he literally trains 3 times a day, sleeps 3 times a day. He's all about that life, doesn't care about showing off. He's with the youngsters, he talks to members, he goes and supports others. And really an amazing brother, and respect for him a lot. And that's why he will be successful, because he does it for passion. Never once have I heard him even discuss money and care. He's purely about proving he's the best in the world. Same as Leon Edwards, same as all these guys. So that's so important. That's how you become the best. That's what Mayweather had. The way he trains, he's on off-season. He's not even a fight announced yet. He's training harder than the pros, the guys who have got fights. That's when you know you're special.
When you can still get up when you don't have nothing to get up for.
Off-season training, when you're staying sharp in the off-season, you're ready to go. That's the difference between the best and mediocre.
And you think that's going to lead a mass exodus once all these lads get over here for full time?
Always, you've got Saudi doing big boxing things, amazing.
Yeah.
You've got Matchroom signing a big deal for boxing in Abu Dhabi. UFC, you've got YouTube. It's the hub, and it's opportunity. So everyone's coming in. The money's here, the safety's here, the big shows are coming here. The fighters know it. Let's get there. Let's be ready.
So what's the only reasons that you think that people would stay in environments like the UK, Australia, and other Western countries? What's the only reason you see?
It's home. It's routine.
Yeah,
I understand it. It's home. It's routine. A lot of them, don't forget, a lot of people, bless them, they've got families, kids. It's not easy to give up that risk.
Yeah.
So they've got to stick out of it. And you still can be successful there, but the chances are much lower than here. The way it is, the economy, the way the government's initiatives, the way it's just going down the pan. They pay billions to go to war. They'll fund another country. They'll fund Ukraine, but they won't care about their own bloody country.
Yeah.
What's Ukraine got to do with you? If you want to fund Ukraine, fund Palestine.
Yeah.
Fund the Uyghurs.
Yeah.
No, it's not your war, but that's your war. Why? They're blonde and blue-eyed. You don't want to care about Syrian refugees. So it's all BS, man. And then NHS is suffering. You're not paying nurses, not paying teachers enough. You're not paying the police enough. Of course, crime's high. Police don't want to go out. What for? Like shit change.
One entrepreneur said to me, "If you want to get wet in terms of if you want to make money, go where the water's running, you know, and stand by the water and you'll get wet."
Yeah, no,
so like
I totally agree.
And that to me is like the Middle East right now. The water's running through the Middle East. The river's getting wider and wider and wider than the Nile. And if you want to get wet in this world, in terms of you want to earn money easier, it's easier to stand next to the bank where the water's running down it than it is to stand in a country where you can't get wet.
But what about a middle-aged guy who's got 4 kids, a mortgage? How's he going to go? You told me he can't.
It's difficult. Yeah. It's difficult. So what would your advice be?
Because my advice would be look into what the trends are. Look into what's going on now. What's popular. Look into the latest things. Investigate. Research. When you're off work, sit, study. Go on the computer. Look. See why they're successful. There's always something. From the guys who've done Gymshark, there's always something. If he can, you can. Look into it. Make a second income. Figure out ways. There's always something. There's always something. You just got to find it. And just hustle. Try that your best. 6 months at least, just researching, looking into what's that guy doing, what's he doing. Whether it be social media to drop shipping, to this new chat AI thing. Look into what is there. What's popular now? I know, what's a necessity in life? People have babies. Let me look into the baby industry. What do babies need? What else is a necessity? Food. Let me look. What shall I start? This? Shall I start? I don't know what it could be, but sit there and just do your plans. Sit there and just think. Have your time out. Just study. Look on socials. All right, he's funny. He's a good entertainer. But what's he really doing? Let me look in. He made his money from this. Would that work here? Would that work in Milton Keynes? Would that work in New Jersey? We're all the same. Anyone can. If I can do it, bro, I'm a joke. If I can get some kind of success, who can't? Bro, I'm not Mark Zuckerberg. I'm not a Harvard grad. Do you know what I mean? If I can do some kind of thing, bro, anyone can. Believe me, I'm nothing.
And I think
nothing.
And I think, like you said, you can be successful in England. You can be successful in Australia. Like I think Australia is a wonderful place to live, and to be honest, one of the best places to live in the world. To be honest, like, and I think that country's abundant.
I've heard that as well from James PT.
Yeah,
he told me the same. A lot of people have said that.
James Smith smashed it, mate. I'll probably end up retiring and living in Australia, and living in Australia part of the year, because I still love the place. I'm romantically attached to the place. No, the UK, I still love the UK, but I only love the UK at certain times of year. From June, July, August, September is my time. UK, unbelievable scenes. The rest of the time, I couldn't be fussed about the place. I mean, I went back to the UK. I was there the first 3 months of the year, and I just felt like life was hard. Like harder than it needed to be. And my life doesn't really need to be hard, but I was making it hard because I was in the UK and it's winter and it's not congrusive with how I've lived my life for like 8.5 years previously with sun, and it makes a big difference to your life. So what I want to say, Tam, is this, right? If they've got the opportunity to move and they can, and they're young enough and everything else, they should go out and look at the world and explore these places and come to other places where the river's running wider so you can get wet quicker, right? In terms of money, in terms of abundance, in terms of life. If you've got a family and you've got children and you've got ties, you can still make abundance in wherever you are. You just have to look at what's going successful in other areas and other businesses and apply that in your life where you're at.
Hard work, bro.
And that's it.
It's easy. Everyone will be doing it. It's hard work. You've got to put the work in.
Well,
you got to hustle. You got to see what's going on, investigate, research, annoy people, message them. You might not get a reply 10 million times, but that one person will say something.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
No egos. Look at India. Look at Saudi, UAE, Qatar, some parts of Africa. Just look in places. Which places are taking off now? Why? What's going on? Look there. Investigate.
Yeah.
Saudi's booming.
Africa's booming too.
Africa's booming. India's booming.
Yeah. There's so many places.
There's a chance. Take that risk. Go.
But in order to find these places that are booming, you have to get out of these Western countries to be able to see the opportunities that are out there in a lot of cases.
It's not but get outside that box of depression and why me and you. You're in that situation. Nothing's going to change it. Being depressed, stressed. It's not going to help. Right. Sit there, analyze. Get a notepad. Take notes. Step by step goals. Check out. Look at. Watch podcasts, learn, see what everyone's doing, what's popular, what's not, why has he got money, why is not, what's crypto, what's this, what's that. Look into things, investigate. You'll find something, then try and start.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It sounds easy, and many comments, all right, easy. I'm not saying that, but without trying, you don't know. If I didn't move to Dubai and take that risk in 2008, I might be sitting in Carphone Warehouse now, selling contracts, or sitting having lunch in a Tesco extra car park in Pitsy or mates, or doing doors, or just being an idiot. Who knows?
You have to roll. There has to be a point in your life where you roll the dice and you don't know where the dice is going to land and what numbers it's going to land on. And I've experienced it a few times. Leaving Australia was a risk after 8.5 years. You know, I got a lot of messages when I left Australia going, Frankie, you're making a mistake leaving Australia. You're giving up everything. You know, when you got to number 3 in podcasting there, and you're giving up everything for what? Well, because I feel like I'm being pulled to find this. There's a new level that I've got to achieve to, and you know, fortunately, I'm starting to find that. You know, I'm starting to find that growth, and I think it all comes from being willing to risk everything, sell everything. I've sold everything twice, Tam. Look, I've not got a family in terms of I haven't got a wife and kids and stuff, so I can't talk to any of you that do. I can't advise any of you that do, really. All I can say is many of you that have watched and followed me or listened to my podcast for enough time will know that I've had to fucking sell up and start again fucking twice already. And there'll probably come another time when I have to do that again, because I'm living in England right now, and I've still got stuff there, but I can't stay there, Tam, because it's not for me. So like people, people can create anything. You can create anything out of nothing. You just got to fucking make the decision. It's the decision that's the hardest thing. That is making that definite decision that you're going to move and stuff. But before we shoot off, mate, and before I let you have your evening with your family, what happens next to Andrew Tate?
What I want and what's going to happen are two different things. Inshallah, God willing, they do the right thing and let him go. Yeah, because, look, it's been since April 2022 and no formal charges, no jail, still under house arrest, still looking for... Where are you going to get evidence? You didn't find it over a year. It's going to just prop up. So obviously some fabrication, some corruption's going on. They're going to fabricate something. Why? They can't risk releasing the most famous man on the planet right now to come out of that country, sit in one of these and expose the corruption. It's going to ruin them. So let's punish him. Let's keep him. I think they're going to, unfortunately, keep him 6 months to a year there. Some kind of house arrest or some kind of like tag. No travel ban. Say it's ongoing investigations. Fabricate something. Some kind of BS crime. It's unfortunate. Inshallah, I'm wrong. I hope not. I hope he's here where he should be, him and Tristan. It's false. It's bullshit. Again, if it was true, he'd be charged now. There's nothing there. The most famous Google man under a microscope the whole time and they can't find evidence. Says it all. Says it all. They're looking to assassinate the characters of his friends. Anything. Still nothing. It's BS, bro. It's rubbish. It's bullshit. Don't have to like him. I always say, think he's obnoxious, think he's a misogynist, whatever. But go by justice.
Yeah, you don't have
you got people like Prince Andrew walking at coronations of the king's coronation free, and he's involved with a sex scandal with Harvey Epstein. Picture proof. Yeah, he's walking free. Philip Schofield's the thing just coming out now, like, and you've got a guy who sits there, talks openly. He's on podcasts. His whole life is on microscope. He's got CCTV messages, and there's not one bit of evidence, and you're still holding him. It says it all. The system's just messed up. Don't want to swear because I don't swear. I'm trying to stop, but it's BS. I feel bad for him. I'll always support him. He'll always be right. Even, God forbid, they charge him with something, I'll never believe it. I will never believe it. I'm saying that straight up now. I don't care what happens next. He's innocent. Him and Tristan. Always support them. And inshallah, they'll be here one day. Hope I'm still alive because I could die tomorrow. And we're always together and we're chilling. Look back and say, you know what? It's a test from God. It's a test from God. You're going to have ups and downs. It could be in different ways. It could be through that, a death in the family, bad health for you. So Allah says that He's going to test you, give you trials and tribulations to see what happens. And that's part of life. So we have to take it. Like, strong brothers, they're tough, they're good, they're durable. And I'm praying at the end of June, good news, but I don't see it, bro. It just looks like a circus there. In Romania, unfortunately, I myself will never want to spend a penny in that country when it's so corrupt.
Well, I don't think even they're behind it. I think there's something way bigger behind it than Romania. I don't know, bro, because if people say that if it was the Americans they'd plant something on him. It'd been done. It's unorganized. I used to think that. But I think the way Americans are not stupid like that. They plant something, fabricate and go, yo, you've got done for this. There's nothing. You're holding a man for over 6-7 months with no charges. Anywhere in the world, that's human rights violations. And some of the names that you mentioned have done some heinous stuff. Like, you know,
Prince Andrew, and I'm not going to say he's guilty because everyone deserves a fair trial, yeah? But he's accused of something heinous with picture evidence, and he's on a list and everything. There's enough evidence, and he's still...
But he can't ever go to America, can he?
Yeah, but why they're not bringing him out? Because they're royal. He's in the king's coronation. He's being celebrated. So there you go. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know. He's got a case to answer. The case will never be answered because of the nature of who he is. And that's it.
It tells me one thing.
And that tells you one thing, doesn't it?
It seems a bit of a coincidence after Andrew reverted to Islam. Shit hit the fan.
I won't get into
it how you want, but the most famous man on the planet, the most Google man in the world, reversed to Islam. They're like, red flag, you're nicked.
Mate. And if there's one piece of pearl of wisdom that Tam Khan can drop on this audience right now to allow them to move 1% forward in their life today, what would it be?
Just do what you feel is right. Just even if it sounds crazy, take that risk. Just do it. What's the worst that happens? You fail, so what? I failed 100 times. I used to fight. I've been knocked out on national TV. You can't get worse. Get up, brush yourself off, go. If it's easy, everyone's going to be doing it. Just take that risk. Try. Stand up, try again. Stand up, try again. If it was easy, everyone will be doing it successful. So don't let anyone BS. And if you've got people around you who are negative and say, nah, that won't work, get rid, bruv.
And I just want
nicely get rid, because you always have negative people and used to get to me. I'll tell you, you know what, maybe I shouldn't, maybe question. Just if you believe, even if it sounds stupid, just do it, bro. Just do what you can. Because I'm telling you, we're all human, but we're all built in such a way where anything is possible. They can invent planes. This AI. Bloody houses on water. The palm. It was water, a sea. Bro, what's going to stop you from being successful? We're built like that. Just a matter of trapping into that.
You can conceptualize any form of success that you can in your life, and I think what Tam's trying to explain to you is that just start to conceptualize your version of success.
Even if it's private, right now, but just have a plan. What do you want to achieve, and just do whatever it takes to get to that goal. And if you're even close, 50% to your goal, you'll still be successful.
Yeah, I love it.
That's the problem.
And one thing I want to say to you on a personal level, mate, obviously since I've known you, you've always been legendary to me. You've always welcomed my friends here with open arms. Even my friend Molly came the other day to train. Tam let her come in here, train for free. It's just, mate, I just want to say, like, thank you for your help over this little journey that I've had in Dubai and everything else.
Start, bruv. Let's just don't forget me when you become like a big cat on like Rumble with $100 million deal.
Yeah,
you owe me some food or something.
I got a vision board with way more than 100 million on the vision board. So let's just see what we do.
Payments, I'm saying.
Oh, in payment, mate.
Yeah, not talking about subs, bro. Talking about deals, monetary payments for your contract.
But do me a solid favour, guys. If you knew how long, even though I've known Tam for such a long time, if you knew how long it was to get him to sit down for 2 hours, you'd be subscribing to the channel and you'd be hitting that like button.
You've got to subscribe, make sure, because he's persistent to the point where it's nearly annoying. He knows me. I had some shit and I'm like, fuck, right, I'm getting in the gym now, let's do it. And I'm telling you now, I'm not acting like I'm nothing, but I've got about 50 pods I've cancelled and trying to wait. Obviously, a lot of them just because of Andrew Tate's message, but I said I have to do it. And I'm not arrogant, it's not that, it's just, bro, juggling the family, this and that. And also, I get lazy. I sometimes think, I just want to sit down and, but I enjoy your podcast. When I'm there, I'm enjoy it. It's just before. And always something happens before, and look, complain or something could work. I'm like, and my head's not right there. Thanks to C4 Energy drink.
C4 Energy,
who wake me up twice a day, but kids do not get addicted to this because it's not good for your heart.
See, if Prime Energy had sponsored the podcast, they could have.
We'll make our own.
They could have got the sponsor there.
H2O, keep it natural.
But guys, do me a solid favour: like, subscribe, share on every platform. This is Tam Khan, and that is the Frankie Lee Podcast. We out.
Guys, do me a solid favour: drop a comment below this video and let us know who you want on the podcast next.